I'm Jenny Guy, welcoming you to another episode of Mediavine Summer of Live. If you are watching live, and hello, we are so glad you're here, you probably noticed that we are not coming to you on our regular day. It is Monday, which I'm not going to lie, feels a little bit strange. But whatever day it is and whenever you're watching, whether it's live right now with us or on replay when it works best with your schedule, we are so happy to be here for you anytime. On this show, we are committed to covering anything and everything related to helping content creators build sustainable businesses. And love it or hate it, today's topic is every bit as hot as this August weather. TikTok, audience, where do you stand on this platform? Let us know. There is absolutely no denying that this phenomenon that took the world by storm during the height of pandemic lockdowns is now more popular than ever before. In fact, we've even got the other social media platforms doing their best to emulate TikTok or find their own TikTok so they can boost their own numbers. But the question that's on our minds is TikTok good for content creators? My guest today says, heck yes, and she's here to give us her best tips to make it work for us. Jen Ruiz is back on the Summer of Live. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Jen Ruiz is a lawyer turned full-time travel blogger and author. She is a 5-time Amazon bestselling author, 3-time TEDx speaker, and 2-time award-winning travel journalist. She's been featured by the Washington Post, Forbes, and ABC News, and is the solo female traveler behind Jen on a Jet Plane, reaching over 250,000 social media followers. Jen, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me, Jenny.
It is so good to have you. Everyone, we referenced pandemic lockdown there a minute ago. Jen has like tangible physical evidence of a beautiful lockdown project directly over her behind her head. It is so beautiful. I'm drooling for that wall. All right. So if anyone has a question about TikTok for Jen, please put it in the comments and I will get that question to her. In the meantime, let's start at the beginning, Jen. What made you take the plunge with TikTok as a creator? How long have you been creating content for the platform and how's it going for you?
Absolutely. Well, thanks for the compliment on the wall. I started TikTok around the same time, right? During the pandemic, I think we were all thinking about how we could pivot, right? That was the hot word. What can we do differently, especially as a travel content creator where, all travel ceased. So I wasn't able to go places, there was only so many staycation type of posts that you could write. And so the virtual tours got to be really grating and everybody was like, I can't go on one more virtual tour. So TikTok actually was a great way for me to test out different types of content, not the same kind of travel content I would normally share, just pivoting, right, and exploring and testing in a place where I felt a little bit insulated from the judgment and the standards of the other social media platforms. Because when I started back in April 2020, my friends weren't really on TikTok, right? It wasn't a big audience on there. And so it felt like a safe space to experiment. And that was what I enjoyed about it. I wish I had started sooner, because I do believe that the more people that have gone on TikTok, the harder it is to get traffic and visibility. So you really have to kind of work harder for the views. But I started in April 2020, which was still a great time to be out there and to establish yourself on the platform. Now it's still a good time to join, obviously, because so many people are moving to TikTok, advertisers are moving there, the focus is moving there. So you should have a presence on there, and don't be discouraged if you're starting now, because it's still possible for people to grow really fast on TikTok. You just may need more of a strategy.
So awesome. So basically TikTok was like your back wall, kind of one of your pandemic projects. I love that. And you've clearly seen some great results for your business by taking the TikTok plunge. So I would love for you already started with your previous answer, but really sell our audience on this platform, our audience of content creators. Why is it worth investing some of the very limited time? Because we all know that creators have very limited time. So why is it worth spending time there as opposed to Facebook or Instagram? And you said already a little bit that you were feeling insulated there, you were feeling safer. I'd love to hear more reasons if you have them. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I apologize if you hear some construction noise. There's some people on my roof.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was something that I hesitated to do, right? I actually remember being at TBEX, a travel blogger conference, and seeing a presentation about video and being so resentful at everybody emphasizing, like, you gotta get on YouTube, you gotta do videos. And I was like, I can't do it all. And I felt really, just scared about having to put myself out there in that different way. I had seen friends who had built their YouTube, and spent hours editing one piece of content. And to me, I dreaded that. Like, to me, that seemed like so much work, and off people that I actually knew had done this professionally, right? So it also seemed like a whole other level of skill to really be able to put together beautiful video content. And then TikTok came along and completely changed all of that, right? Now, short form video can be done in a way where you have content that's 10 seconds, right? It doesn't have to be a 10-minute perfectly curated YouTube video. And it can be real. It can be of you in your kitchen. It can be of you in your sweatpants, right? You don't have to dress up in this beautiful gown and do all the Lightroom editing like you used to have to do for Instagram. And for me, that felt like such a relief as a content creator, because I felt like if I didn't meet that aesthetic on the other platforms, that I wasn't going to get traction. And I felt, as a solopreneur, right, somebody who was doing all of the platforms, so I understood what it felt like to be like, okay, I have to be on Pinterest, I have to be on Twitter, I have to be like on all the things, right? And I understood the pressure of wanting to excel, but actually being spread out so thin that you weren't actually growing in any one place. You're just kind of like keeping up all of them. But people who concentrate on any one platform grow so much faster. And so when I started with TikTok, I was immediately drawn in, first because the algorithm is generous. It has nothing to do with the amount of followers that you have. You can have 0 followers and get 1 million views. And that's still really unheard of on social media. And so it gives everybody a kind of level playing field where it really is your content that shines, and how people are engaging with your content that's going to determine how that content is shown. So if you have a video that people are watching, that people are sharing, that people are sending to their friends, that video has the potential to really go viral and get you more followers overnight than you've gotten in years of putting your time and effort into Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, any of these other platforms. It is insane. So the reach, the potential, and now more than ever, TikTok has been a major player, and other platforms are scared, right? So we have seen the Instagram CEO take to video on all platforms asking for user feedback, because clearly something they're doing is not working and keeps bothering people because they're trying to copy other platforms. And so TikTok has really been able to get this new market and get you wanting to use the platform, wanting to come back to it, and has all of the other platforms scrambling, even Google. So even Google now, because recently it was said that this new people that are searching, like the new generation, although I don't really want to say it that way because I feel like that limits it to teenagers, and I feel like we're not understanding that like 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, like all these people are using TikTok as a search engine. And so Google itself is nervous that its prime spot as the reigning search engine may be in jeopardy. So it's doing what it tries to do with everybody else, and it's integrated all of its and indexed all of these videos into the Google search results. So Google can still be the master where you can find all the things. So now TikTok videos are being shown even above YouTube videos on the search engine results page. So for any blogger that is interested in getting organic traffic, TikTok is something that you should be familiar with, and you also should not be intimidated by. And I don't want you to also think that your audience is not on there. That boat has sailed. We have billions of people on TikTok. Your audience is on there. If you can't find your audience in the billions of people on TikTok, I don't know who your audience is, okay? But your audience is on there. So telling yourself it's just dancing teenagers, it doesn't apply to me, that's just not taking into account the numbers and the reality that we've seen of whole advertisers, whole companies moving their marketing strategy to TikTok.
Yeah, there's absolutely, I mean, that's in all, I'm writing all of the copy to prepare for this episode. There's really just no, you can't deny it. It's there. It's not a flash in the pan. It's moved way beyond being the thing du jour during the pandemic. It's here to stay. And other social media, and just like you said, there's a lot that are scared out there. Okay, so you mentioned the Instagram aesthetic being incredibly intimidating, which I think that there are a lot of people out there who can sympathize with that. And also then avoiding turning the camera on themselves for Instagram as a creator, turning the camera on themselves for YouTube. What's the TikTok aesthetic?
I think the best thing that you can be on TikTok is useful or entertaining, but entertaining is a much higher standard to reach. Like, I'm funny, but I can't be that funny all the time, right? I can't be that witty all the time, but I can absolutely be helpful. I absolutely know a lot about my topic as a travel expert, the same way that if you're a blogger in food and fashion and motherhood and lifestyle, I have a friend who's a hormone doctor, fertility doctor. And so she shares what are the different shakes that she drinks when she's trying to get pregnant? You know, what are the different concerns that she has? All of these things. So I think first and foremost, you need to not be intimidated by it. And then second, you need to realize that TikTok really has the potential to help you showcase your expertise in a way that doesn't even have to require you being on screen, right? So I know a lot of people that are able to make TikTok footage just with B-roll content. If you're a traveler, if you're somebody who's, let's say you do sewing, you could do just the footage of you sewing a new pattern, right? And just the video, the fast forward process of you doing that. Same thing for an artist. Same thing for somebody who's cooking. You could be showing the ingredients and you don't even have to show your face. As a travel blogger, I've used B-roll of just like scenic areas, and you can put information above that, like 4 apps you need to know, or, you know, just any kind of tips that people are like, oh, this is actually really helpful. Let me save this because it's giving me information. And you can even see that because on the other platforms, they almost take the best of TikTok and then repost it to all the other platforms. So you can see the ways that other people, I've seen people take a tweet that did really well and then put that tweet over a moving video of scenery, and boom, that could be a viral TikTok right there if it's a helpful tweet. So I want you to get past that idea that you really have to be on camera all the time, or that you even have to be creating new footage. You could be doing this with old footage that you had. I took a video of a really thick hot chocolate in Milan, Italy, and I just put text over it, a 7-second video with text overlay saying how I found, you know, I was craving the hot chocolate, and so I found a $200 flight to Italy and flew there. And that was to talk about, you know, how I find cheap flights to Europe. And that video got over 1 million views. I think even like 3 million views or something crazy.
Wow.
And that was me using a video I took in February 2017 of a 7-second grainy video. My face wasn't on it, you know. And so I don't want you to think that it has to be this huge production, because that's the whole point of TikTok. The aesthetic is that it's not a huge production. It's real, it's valuable, it's entertaining, and it is intentional for the users that are interacting with it, right? Like if you go on there and you're interacting with content, if you're actively clicking not interested on the things that are really offensive to you, you should be seeing content that is actually enjoyable, that you actually want to watch.
So you're selling me on it. I'm getting way less intimidated by it. I'm feeling much more that it is very accessible as a creator, because there is no question about the fact that video content is expensive and difficult to produce a lot of the time. But this is a way to have that without all of the bells and whistles and the expensive equipment. Now, let's talk about time investment. We talked about why you sold us, as I said, on why we should invest some of our limited time. How much time are we talking about? And how much are you putting into TikTok?
So this can be intimidating for some people, but because TikTok is my biggest traffic driver, and it's where I've seen most of my brand sponsorships coming from.
Pause for a second. You just said it's your biggest traffic driver?
Besides Google search results. Sorry, okay. I don't count.
Wow. No, that's amazing. No, I really wanted to zero in on that. That's terrific. Okay. It's a big traffic driver, and that's where you're connecting with brands as well.
Correct. It's my biggest social media traffic driver, right? Nobody
awesome.
Instagram link in bio, like 0.03% or something. And people on Twitter, like maybe they'll click through to your post, but Twitter is more of a not really like to showcase your posts kind of place. It's more to make connections. And so TikTok, it actually drives traffic. When I have a viral video, I could have 10,000 views that week just from that video. I would spend between 15 to 30 minutes making a video. Sometimes way less. Sometimes it could be under 5 minutes. Sometimes more if it's like a whole production. It could be up to an hour. I do have to do UGC content for brands sometimes. Like I've worked with Royal Caribbean and Acorns. And so they have a lot of restrictions, and sometimes I'll have to go back and refilm the video. But for the most part, it's nothing that takes too much of my time because of that, because it doesn't have to meet a certain aesthetic, because it doesn't have to be edited to be 10 minutes in length. It could really be a 7-second video. That said, I will note that TikTok previously prioritized the shorter videos because watch time is a big thing that plays part into how your video is shown to the audience. So if somebody's watching your video not just once but twice over, TikTok says, oh, that's a good video, let me show it to more people. And so because of that, before I would have advised for you to do about 80% of your content 15 seconds or less. But now TikTok is kind of prioritizing longer form video. So I would advise you maybe a 50-50 split and do like 50% of your content 15 seconds or less, and 50% of your content between 30 to 45 seconds, a little bit more substantive, just to test out that longer form content.
Okay, how are you planning and keeping up with all this content if you're uploading multiple times a day? Are you planning everything in advance about by the week? Are you having different, like, are you projecting like, okay, Wednesdays I'm going to talk about my dog. Thursdays I'm going to, like, how do you have, or is it just as the mood strikes you?
Well, when you're scrolling yourself, which I do recommend you do, not for several reasons. First, it allows TikTok to classify you and better know what kind of creator you are based on the accounts you interact with. So if you start your business account about cooking and all you're interacting with is dog videos, then that's not really helping you so much. So you want to make sure that you're congruent in your account with who you're interacting with, the friends that you have, who you're supporting. You want that all to be in your business niche. If you want to have a personal TikTok account, excellent, you know, but if you're going to have a TikTok that you want to drive business to your blog, to your website, to your products, then I definitely recommend interacting with others in that niche, following others in that niche, so TikTok knows who you are. And then once you're scrolling, you're going to see something that comes up and you're going to be like, wow, this is a 7-second video. It's a trending sound. I could do this. Do it.
It is very SEO, and it also sounds like you're like, use people also ask to compose your blog posts in Google. It sounds like this is a great way to incorporate your reader feedback and questions into videos, and to keep that train rolling with the viral video, to keep recording and keep adding and keeping people clicking around. Love that. Love all those strategies. All right.
And you can viral video, which is not something that you do in many other platforms because you're worried about the grid and the aesthetic. But in TikTok, if you have a viral video, I actually recommend you repost it with a different song, with different hashtags, because you already know you have a video that's going to do well on the platform. So it's going to reach other people. So I would take your most viral videos and post them again. That's just another way that TikTok is different and can allow you to get more views for less work. Sounds are crucial to TikTok. They're part of the viewing experience. Whereas other platforms, you can kind of mute and still browse and scroll. You really do miss something on TikTok if you're not watching it with the audio on. Because of that, things can get to be trending that would not be allowed for commercial use. Maybe it's a certain sound, a certain original audio, but it's not available on the commercial library, which is what the business account is restricted to using. As a creator account, you have no restrictions and you can use any sound on TikTok. So this is why sometimes you'll see business accounts being like, oh, when you don't have access to the trend, and then they like try to sing the song themselves, right? And they try to and they're funny with it, and it works because they're playing off of that, but it really does tend to inconvenience you when you find that you can't take advantage of all these really fun trends, things that are getting people views. So for that reason, I do recommend you be a creator. When you're a creator, you can put a link in bio after 1,000 followers. The link in bio is a great way to drive traffic. So one of the things that I will do is I will share an opportunity, let's say a travel deal or opportunity that's coming up. Most recently, the Maldives is hiring a barefoot bookseller. So they want somebody to go live in a 5-star resort and sell books for a year. And so I tell people, and if you want to apply, you can find in bio. And then they click on my link in bio, and that's how I get a ton of people to that TikTok landing page, which I'm actually working on refining and making even better now that I see kind of like where are people clicking to from there. So it's always an ongoing process. But that link in bio after 1,000 followers is going to be your main way to drive traffic to your website. You also have the ability to link your YouTube channel and your Instagram channel to TikTok on a separate button. So you can tell people to follow you there as well. And there are people that have done really well on TikTok and have grown their YouTubes their Instagram as a result. Hangry by Nature is one who comes to mind. She has 1.5 million on TikTok, and it took a while for her Instagram to take off, and now it's at over 100,000. But it's because she kept consistently posting and reposting her TikToks, and then those people came and followed her on that platform. So it's a great way, and people actually follow you elsewhere, which again, very rare, right? Like nobody's gonna look at your Instagram post and be like, let me go follow this person everywhere. Let me click around their site for 20 minutes. That just doesn't work that way. So that's why TikTok has been really helpful for creators, and why I recommend you create a creator account specifically.
So, okay, to reiterate, you can do a personal or a professional. We're definitely creating a professional. And then within that professional, you can do a business or a creator. We're choosing creator. And then once we get all our settings set up, we get 1,000 followers, we can have that link in bio. We also, as we're getting that account set up, we're intentionally viewing and searching for things that are in our niche, that are telling the TikTok algorithm what type of creator we are. Yes?
Correct. And also after 1,000 followers, you can go live.
Oh, that's another great feature. Love all of that. Okay. And one of the great things that you have access to as a creator account on TikTok are the wide gamut of all the sounds that are available. And a lot of the TikTok trends are very looped into those sounds. So you need the sounds.
And creator monetization tools are only available for the creator account, not the businesses. So if you want to be part of the TikTok creator fund that pays you per views once you pass 10,000 followers, or the creator marketplace, that's their in-app brand sponsorship platform to connect you with brands that you're eligible after you pass 100,000 followers, or to get gifts or tips during your live, which they can give you. Your audience can just send a tip or a gift or a sticker your way. Those are all creator monetization tools that are available to the creator accounts only.
So TikTok is going in hard on enabling monetization on their platform for creators, which is lovely to hear. All of that is very refreshing, and it sounds like you're unlocking specific things as you continue to grow your account. Let's talk about using TikTok, leveraging it to grow all of your other business platforms like your website. You said that it is essential to have that link in bio. And then I want to go a little more deeply in, because it sounds like your key is having a TikTok landing page for your audience to hit when they come from TikTok.
Yes, that's correct. And again, I feel like for me, it's always a work in progress, because I always want to see what converts, what are people liking, what do they want, what should I move to the top of the page, things like that. So actually, this has been a great way for me to grow my email list. So I've more than doubled my email list to over 10,000 followers since I've gotten on TikTok. And that I know is modest compared to the growth that some people see. Specifically when they're giving out like a free course or something of the like I just have a sign up on the landing page. Like if you want to sign up for my email list, be here, and it's capturing leads at that speed. So it's really, really great. And in terms of the landing page itself, so I try to have different things, deals that I'm sharing with people. So if it's a special application, something of the sort, and then I can track it, right? I did a sponsored campaign with Airbnb. So I used the Bitly link, and I tracked, and I had over 12,000 link clicks to that application that they hired me to promote, because I had it on my TikTok page. And even something that I'll put on there that I don't promote, I put on there just to test it out. It was a giveaway that somebody else had reached out to me, and I was like, well, it would cost me to promote this to actually like make a video on TikTok. And I didn't do it ultimately because we chose not to move forward, but I put the link in my link in bio just because I wanted to see out of curiosity what would happen. And with zero promotion, just being in that link in bio, it had over 800 link clicks to that opportunity that they were trying to promote. So it absolutely drives traffic. And I would say just make something where whatever it is that you're showcasing, whether it's a particular recipe, whether it's a particular pattern, you know, whether it's a particular discount or way of couponing, or I don't know, gardening tip. Have that all broken down into sections and just make it so that you give people the lead, like that's your lead magnet, essentially, that landing page. And then hopefully you can direct them to other pages, capture their information for your email list, and then continue to contact them and use them as your business model. But with the amount of traffic that comes through TikTok, I've really seen people that have never taken off anywhere else, not done really well on Instagram, like not done really well, completely skyrocket their businesses and just do an amazing job just with that platform alone of getting leads and getting customers. So I want you to really take it seriously and not be flippant about it and think like, oh, this is a fad that's going to go away, or oh, this isn't my audience, or oh, I'm so unencumbered by video. Like, we're all stars at pivoting. Anybody who has a blog is aware of updates and algorithm changes, and like Google decides to ruin your life one day to the other. So we have to deal with a lot of stuff that's being thrown at us all the time. And it's just very clear that video is where it's where it's going moving forward. So I encourage anybody that's watching this to just start, right? You want to claim your username, you want to claim your account, and you want to start posting content so you could see what resonates. If it's encouraging at all, chances are within your first 10 videos or so, at least one of them is going to go viral, because TikTok's going to want to show you the power of the platform. So I would test that out and see. And once you see like your little dose of virality, because the amount of views that you get on TikTok compared to anywhere else, like I remember being on Instagram being like, oh, like 40 likes, hooray. And now I'm on TikTok and I'm like 400,000 likes. Dun, dun, dun.
So exciting.
Oh, it is, and it makes you excited as a content creator to feel like your stuff is.
Yeah, absolutely. That reinforcement and that relationship, and then being able to directly respond to the people that are watching your content with another video. What a great feature that is. Okay, so you mentioned you're doing a lot of testing with your landing page that you've made with your TikTok landing page. Let's talk metrics within the TikTok platform itself, because you talked about that being another one of the key reasons that you want to have a professional account, the creator account. What are you paying attention to in terms of your metrics in the TikTok platform?
Sure. Number one thing you want to look for is watch time, because it's what TikTok prioritizes. So you want to see how many people are completing your video all the way through. The more people that do that, the better. And so maybe it'll tell you, you know, like 25% of people completed it all the way through, 5% of people. Like, obviously, the higher that number is, the better. And that number will also automatically correspond to the type of people it was shown to. So you want it to be shown on the For You page, which means a bunch of people who don't know you or follow you saw it, versus just being shown to your followers. When it's a video that has 5% watch rate, like fully watch through rate, that's only really going to be shown to your followers. But if it's a video where it has like 50% of people watch it all the way through, chances are the For You page number is also going to be significantly higher. So those two go hand in hand, and you'll notice them straight away. Obviously, you'll want to look to like followers. And this is something I enjoy about TikTok, because unlike Instagram, where you would like gain 100 followers, lose 150, try again tomorrow. TikTok.
True.
I know, it's so frustrating. I did it for years, and really felt inadequate. And so now you can see like, oh, this video did great. It got me like 5,000 new followers from that one video. Like, I should put more content about that, or I should repost that video and see if I can get another viral hit and dose of followers with that. Because some videos will have more followers than others. And some videos will go viral, but people won't follow you. And so that's when you'll know, like, okay, that was entertaining. They liked it, but there was something about it that didn't entice them to go one step further and see who I was, see what I could offer them moving forward. And that's sometimes why I lean away from the entertainment type of videos, because I feel like, yeah, it's funny, it's a joke, but like people laugh and they go, haha, and they move on. But if it's something helpful and you're like, you know, this is my super awesome, like, mac and cheese recipes, follow for more mac and cheese recipes like this, then people are gonna be like, yes, I'm in, I love mac and cheese. And that'll be a whole different story. So I think that helps. And then, so watch rate, and then where your people are tuning in from, I think that helps too, because that can kind of inform the kind of content that you're creating. I have 70% of my audience from the US, and I think it's because I talk a lot about US things, US credit cards, US ways to save on US airlines. And I do that on purpose because I want to target that. Depending on where you live, they could be showing your content to different audiences. Like I was in Jordan for a while, and then for a while, all I saw was videos in Arabic. And so that could be messing you up a little bit too. So I pay attention to kind of where your viewers are coming from. And likes, shares, things like that are awesome, but really TikTok's going to prioritize watch time because TikTok wants to keep people on the platform for as long as possible.
All very, very helpful. And love distinguishing between what type of video. It may go viral, but it doesn't result in followers, and what you're wanting are followers, what you're wanting are driving the traffic to your website. So we have a question here quickly. How can I verify that I have a creator account? Do you have any idea on that, Jen?
Yeah, when you go into settings, you click on the little 3 bars in the top right of your profile and you'll see settings. And if you have a creator account, it should give you the option to see creator tools. And if not, then you can go in and verify that and change that in that same kind of settings button where you click on your type of account.
Fantastic. Well, this episode has been wild and crazy, but so informative despite all of the obstacles standing in our way. And as always, we like to wrap up with action items. So I would love to hear from you, Jen. What can our audience of content creators do now to get TikTok going for themselves so they can capitalize on it in Q4, getting that traffic, driving it back to their websites, growing their followers? And I will give you a moment to brainstorm on that one while I preview next week's episode. Guys, we are reaching the very, very end of the Summer of Live, which is crazy. We're in 2.5 months. We go for 3 months. So Tuesday, August 16th, we'll be back at our regular day, which is Tuesday. Will be 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. We're going to have Rose Siders and Christina Reyes of the beloved Mediavine support team. And we're going to be talking about Mediavine video in 2022. Getting you set up with all of your settings, getting everything optimized, and getting you ready for Q4 to rake in those earnings when the advertisers are spending. So do not miss that. That's next Tuesday, the 16th. We will obviously be promoting all over the place so that you won't miss it. Jen, you've been so wonderful, such a great sport. Tell us what people can do right now to get going on TikTok.
Thank you, Jenny. And thank you to everybody watching. I know it's been a little bit nuts, but if you've made it far, then that means that you are really intent on getting on TikTok. And I am so excited for you because it is the place to be, and it is going to be a game changer for your business. It is because of TikTok that I did not go bankrupt during the pandemic, but instead I have my highest earning year as a content creator with some of the biggest brands I've worked with. So I like Samsonite and Visit Jordan and all these amazing companies from TikTok. I mean, I even was interviewed by Shaun T, the Beachbody fitness instructor who has millions of followers because he found me on TikTok. So please, I encourage you.
Amazing. You grew during the pandemic. Incredible, Jen. Congratulations. That's amazing. Very inspirational.
Thank you. Thank you. And it definitely still feels like who knows what's going to happen next, right? Because it's the wild west of online. But I love that. This is what I love about being a content creator is that it changes. It's not stagnant. It's not boring. It's always fun to learn new things and try new things and put out a message in a different way. So if you're interested in really investing in TikTok, I recommend first and foremost, you get on there, you secure your username. If you don't have your username because somebody else does, don't cry. It's okay. It happens to a lot of people. Even Reese Witherspoon under like the real Reese Witherspoon because she couldn't find Reese Witherspoon, like somebody else has it. So you're good. You're in good company. It's okay. Just make a different username. From there, I would start posting at least once a day. You know, it doesn't have to be anything intimidating. And I would see what does well. And I would pick up like 3 interrelated genres. So let's say you talk about food. Maybe you also want to talk about nutrition and wellness, or you also want to talk about like home and healthy living throughout your house, something like that. So don't necessarily narrow yourself into this one little niche because you never know, something else could be what resonates with your audience. So initially throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. When something sticks, go in that video, reply to those top comments, right? Make sure that you're going in there and you're taking advantage of anything that's viral, and then do more videos like that. And use hashtags. We didn't talk about this, but I do recommend you use about 4 or so niche related hashtags. A lot of people before used to use like FYP, for you page, or the trending hashtags. TikTok has nixed that. You don't have a discover page anymore that tells you all the trending hashtags. They changed that recently this year. That means that they want to see more content that's actually relevant to those hashtags. And people do find you on the hashtags because I own a couple hashtags that I've just posted so much content under that people find me consistently like 2 years later for those hashtags, you know, those videos through that. So I would use 3 or 4. So instead of just like hashtag travel, I'd be like, I don't know, travel Puerto Rico places, Puerto Rico waterfalls of TikTok, something like that, right? And so use something that's very specific to what it is that you're sharing. And then engage with others. Make sure that you are making friends. Do duets. Duets are a really great way to use somebody's already viral video. Somebody's done all the work. They have a video that's super popular. And you just take it and you duet it, and then you can get traffic from that viral video. Duet is just a reaction, a split screen reaction. So while that video is playing, you're reacting to it. And the most followed creator on TikTok right now is the most followed creator based off of duets. Like he built his whole platform based off of duets and reacting to people. And so that's what I would recommend. I think just getting started, getting in there, playing around, and understanding that TikTok is for you. Your audience is on there, and TikTok will bring you traffic and business and money if done right, which is what I know all of us content creators want.
You cannot argue with traffic and engagement and money. There's nothing to argue with there. So add TikTok to your flow. When you're already working on a blog post, you're already shooting something for a blog post, doing whatever it is that you're doing, add TikTok to your flow. It's pretty low lift to start out with. And just like she said, see what sticks. Jen, it has been absolutely a delight to have you. Thank you so much. If you want to see how Jen does it, get lessons from the master, she's got her TikTok handle right there. It's also included in the helpful resources doc. Everybody, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next Tuesday. Jen, thanks again.